blessed people, welcome back to my channel, Safe Space. And for today's video, it's cold, I need some warmth, and I just craved for fluffy pancakes or American pancakes, whichever you want to call them. And that is what we're going to be doing in this video. And I'm also going to share 4 critical lessons I've learned for the past 4 months, even as you go into the new month of May. So for the ingredients, you're gonna need 4 eggs, 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of milk, half a cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of oil, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder and vanilla essence. We're also gonna need a mixing bowl and a standard whisk. We're going to mix our wet ingredients first, which is the 4 eggs, the milk, and the oil. So the first lesson I learned that is very critical is that don't try to do life without God. Don't try it. I'm telling you from my experience, I tried to act as if he doesn't exist in my life and he's not a part of my life. And I found out how difficult and hard it is.
And I regret it.
Because out of me not living a life with God, I found that I was pleasing other people. I found that I used to compromise a lot. And through all the mistakes I did and everything that has happened this past 4 months, it was like God was just leading me back to him. That is how I see it, because there's no other way to see it. That even in our troubles, it's him trying to bring us back and tell us that, yo, you can't do life without me, right? You know what I mean, right? You know that, right? So yeah, don't try to do life without God. That is a suicide mission that is going to succeed. You don't need to. At this point, you can add in your flour and your baking powder mixed together. It's gonna be lumpy, but it's totally fine because you're going to sieve it at the end. Your mixture should look like this. I strained mine because it was lumpy. You can strain it using a sieve. And lastly, we're gonna add a vanilla essence. I'm just gonna eyeball this because I can. I think that's more than 1 tablespoon, but that's fine. I love vanilla. And you can add cinnamon at this stage. You can add other spices at this stage. You can add chocolate chips or blueberries or strawberries, any fruit that you love. You can add it at this stage before you cook them. So now this is ready. Make sure your pan is hot and do not add any more oil. And just 1 ladle is enough. And when it starts to form bubbles, you know it is ready to be flipped. And let me tell you, it came out amazing. Just look at it. What? We need a slow-mo of that.
Oh my God! Wow!
So the second lesson I learned is that you can't change whatever people think of you. What? At this point, I should just write a book, right? Yeah, I'm gonna write a book. You can't change the narrative they have about you. You can't change the picture they have ultimately painted of you in their mind. Trying to do that is just going to make you suffer. You're going to be in pain for trying to change what a person thinks about you. That is not your job. That is not who you should be. You know who you are, right? As long as you know who you are, don't care what anybody else thinks about you. That is just going to pull you back. So do not even try it, my dear. Don't try it today, tomorrow, the day after that. You don't need to change the narrative somebody has about you. No, you don't need to. And now we're back with our pancakes, and I just wanted to show you how good this turned out. I mean, I'm so good at this. I am so proud of myself, honestly. So the third lesson I learned is that be yourself, be authentic, be real to you. Don't try to fit in where you're not supposed to fit in. It's gonna be hard. It will be difficult. Trying to fit in where the Lord has not planned you to fit in. It's gonna be like putting a square block in a circle thingy for putting the block. You see, it's not gonna fit. It's never meant to fit. So don't try it. Just be you. Just be real and see the type of people you attract. If you keep your morals, your core values, you attract people with similar or identical values and morals. You won't have to fit in. You won't have to do things you don't normally do.
Hi, sister.
I'm talking to myself actually. Like, I put myself in situations where I compromised myself. And the beginning of compromise is the beginning of the end. That's if I should say it like that. So don't try it. Just be you, be real, be yourself. Whoever's meant for you is gonna love you for you, baby. They're gonna love you for who you really are. So don't try to change you. I don't think God made you different from everybody else for you to try to be somebody you're not.
Pow.
Yeah, I said that. Your fingerprints are not identical to anybody else's, and you're out here trying to be somebody you shouldn't be, somebody you're not. Don't do it, baby. That is why people end up in depression. I'm not saying it's the main cause of depression, but that is why some people end up in depression. Because you're trying to be somebody who you actually are not. Be yourself. Like me, like the way I am right now, this is who I am. This is who I am. And I'm obviously going to attract people who are similar to me, who have the same values as me, who are quirky and weird as me. Because, look, have you seen me? Yeah. So yeah, don't try it. Just be you, be real, love yourself. I know it's going to take a lot, but I feel like the last critical thing I learned this past 4 months is just going to tie everything up together. And this is our final product. And to top it all off, I am going to add a caramel sauce on top. This is a homemade caramel sauce. You can add maple syrup or pancake syrup to yours. So there you go. Delicious American pancakes for breakfast with a caramel sauce. The fourth and not the least thing I learned this past 4 months is obedience.
I know I just triggered somebody with that word. I know.
Obedience will take you places you didn't think you'd go. And even the Bible says that obedience is better than sacrifice. And it's hard to be obedient sometimes. I am one person who doesn't like rules. I am unruly in a way, but I have really learned how to be obedient, not only to when God speaks to me, but even when my parents speak to me. I've learned how to listen to them and actually do what they want. Because when you obey your mother and father, you will live long. I actually want to live long. I want to enjoy life before it enjoys me. So, obedience. And they're all tied together at the end of the day. You need them all together. They're congruent to each other. There's no way you can do life with God without obeying Him. There's no way you can do life with God without realizing who you really are and being authentic. There's no way you can do life with God and not want to try to show people who you really are, because that is what God is going to do in your life. He's going to do what He needs to do for people to see you at the right time. So take it into regard and try it today. Like, don't try to live life without God. That's
a damn shame.
Yeah, so that's it for the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I will hope to see you again. Make sure to leave a comment if there's anything else you want me to do. And like, share, and subscribe. That's it from me. Be blessed and have a lovely day.